Back on course record and inside the Morgan Franklin Transformation Center. I've got my glove with me. I got a pail of balls here because you know why? John Smoltz, one of the best pitchers. You obviously heard from him. You understand there's a relationship between throwing a baseball and hitting a golf ball. And when we start talking about throwing a baseball and specifically pitching, one of the things that you have to be able to do to generate power is you have to load the trail heel. That's critical for creating clubhead speed. Well, what happens is in pitching, when the pitcher on the mound shifts the weight back this way, there's an automatic load into the trail heel. And when you're in there, it's so loaded that you can actually pivot the toes, allow the body to rotate, stride, and then go. And as we load weight into the trail heel, that's when we start to be able to generate a lot of clubhead speed. That's when we start to be able to generate a lot of body rotation. And as you start thinking about throwing a pitch, this pitch right here, the pitcher is going to start with the shoulders pretty much perpendicular to where they're throwing it. They're going to rotate the hips, load the trail heel, and rotate the upper body, and all of a sudden, it's going to get past that 90-degree angle, just like hitting a golf ball. So what we want to be able to do is load, rotate, then lift, and then go. Okay, that's the whole thing. So let's throw one here. Let's see if I got a good ball here. Let's see what the catcher's calling for. It looks like it's a two-seam fastball, so we're going two-seam fastball. So make sure you get those two seams right there. Now, watch the shift back, the rotation, lift the lead leg, stride, pitch.
D-Rock.
Yeah, baby, there's the strike. That's what Daddy wants to see. Now, let's go to hitting a golf ball because it's the exact same thing. As we start to move this club into the backswing, you want to really feel that lead leg get light, just like the pitcher, when they wind up, they lift that leg up into the air. When we're making a golf swing, we want this lead leg to get light, and that's going to allow us to rotate the hips and put weight into the heel. And then from there, we've got to drive off of that. We've got to make sure that we're moving the lower body down into the strike and then rotating through and dragging the club head. As we start to do that, now all of a sudden we have a chance. Let's see if we can shift that target back to 175 for us. So what we're going to do is make sure that when we go, I'm rotating here. I'm making sure that I get a full rotation, feel that weight really pressing into the heel, and then we're going to go. Okay? So just like John Smoltz. Here we go. Rotate, push, and then drive down. Now that one there, I created a ton of clubhead speed. Let's go up to the front here and just see what ended up happening. My 6-iron, you heard me ask for it. I wanted 175 out of the target because I'm expecting 175 out of that 6-iron. You know what I got in the air? I got 188.8. Crazy eights. That's what I got. Almost 190 yards that I got in the air with that 6-iron. Because of putting that weight into the heel, I'm able to get it to there, and then I can push off and generate the clubhead speed that's going to propel that ball to go the distance that we want or greater than that. Now, here's the other thing about this. My apex on that was 97 feet. That's a lot higher than I would normally do. Why? Here's why. Because when we start to get that weight shifted into the heel correctly, now all of a sudden the club can come from the inside. And when the club starts coming from the inside at a faster rate, now all of a sudden it's going to throw this ball up into the air. Let me show you what that looks like again. Body's going to rotate. I'm going to shift that weight into the heel. Now I'm going to lean into the lower body and then go through that way. All right, let's see if I've got another 188 in here. Let's see if I can do more of that, just like Smoltzy. Here we go. I turned that over just a little bit, but you know what happened on that one? The ball speed went up to 126 miles an hour. That ball carried 198. I can tell you right now, without a question of a doubt, if you can think about the pitching motion as you're hitting a golf ball, what you're going to do is you're going to understand how to load the weight into that trail heel and use the ground effectively. You hear this all the time. Ground forces, ground forces. What do they mean? How do I do it? Well, the first thing you've got to do is you've got to get that weight into that trail heel so that you can push off of that, just like you're pushing off the mound and throwing that pitch. You got to push off of that, and the club will come from the inside, and you'll generate tremendous amounts of club head speed, and that ball is going to go a great distance.